Hey, welcome to day 2 of WordPress Summer School. Today's video is about how to sell products on your WordPress website. If you want to sell products on your website, you need to choose an e-commerce shopping cart plugin to install on your site. A shopping cart plugin allows you to add products to your website, and it also allows you to set up the product listings. So you can input things like photos, the description, pricing, weight, lots of different details about your product, even including inventory. So you can see how many you have on hand, or you can put in SKUs if you have certain model numbers, anything like that you can put into your shopping cart plugin and keep track of all of your products. In addition to you being able to easily input your products, it also creates the checkout process for your customers. So your customers can come browse all your products by category or by tag, and then they can add the products to their cart, checkout. So they get to pick their shipping options, and then they get to actually pay you. It facilitates the payment process and creates an order number, and then they get an email saying, thank you for making your purchase. Here's your confirmation. You get an email or some type of notification saying that you have a new order that was placed. And after you get that notification, then you can go ahead and fulfill the order and process it and then ship it. Then you can mark it as shipped. Then they will get a notification that their order has been shipped. So it just creates the entire user experience for checking out a product. Now, an e-commerce checkout plugin, this kind of functionality is not included with WordPress out of the box. So when you set up a new website, a new WordPress site, this isn't already in there. You need to get a plugin for this. But the good news is there are free options available, and there are also some paid upgrades if you want to have better features or different payment integrations or different shipping integrations, that type of thing. So today I'm going to talk about 2 different options for you if you want to have a store on your site. Now, no matter which plugin that you choose, there are a few things that you want to keep in mind while you're comparing different plugins, because there are several. There's a lot of options. So when you're browsing through the different WordPress plugins that are available, here's some things that you want to keep in mind. You want it to be easy to use for your customers. When they come in and they're browsing your products and they're going through checkout, you want to make it as easy as possible. It really should be very seamless, because if they get confused or if they see something that is a little bit sketchy, they're going to leave. Buying things on the internet is pretty common. A lot of people shop online, so it's not out of the norm. But I think also security is a huge factor for this. So if people start to get a little concerned that maybe your site's not secure or that maybe you're not legitimate, then they're probably just going to, bounce off of your site and be like, no, never mind. So you want to make it as smooth as possible so that they don't have any doubts. Another feature that you want to make sure is that the shopping cart plugin that you're choosing is going to integrate with the payment gateway of your choice. There are a lot of different payment options. The most popular would probably be PayPal and Stripe. Those are very, very common, but there are a lot of payment gateways available. So you want to make sure that the plugin you choose for your shopping cart is going to integrate with whichever payment gateway that you want. Another feature to look for is that it's going to have the shipping options that you want. So if you want to integrate with the US Postal Service or FedEx or UPS or whichever other shipping option, you want to make sure that it's going to integrate. You're also going to want the ability to customize your shop. So you do want to choose a plugin that has plenty of options that you've got the right payment gateways. You can add on different features if you want. So just make sure that it's going to be customizable to your needs. Lastly, you want to make sure that it's going to be compatible with your theme. So like I mentioned in yesterday's broadcast, there are lots of different WordPress themes, which is the design that you're going to choose. And you just want to make sure that it's going to be compatible. So now I'm going to let you know about 2 shopping cart plugin options that you might want to consider if you're going to add a store onto your website. If all your products are digital, and by that I mean they are ebooks or files or some other type of digital file that you're going to send to them electronically, there's no shipping a physical product involved, it's all digital, then I would recommend a plugin called Easy Digital Downloads. So here is the WordPress.org plugin page for Easy Digital Downloads so that you know that you are in the same spot, you're in the right place of what I'm talking about. And I personally have not used this. However, I have been to a conference where the lead developer and the guy who created this, he was giving some presentations there. So I've listened to him speak. I know that he is very prominent in the WordPress development community. He is very intelligent. He really knows what he's doing. And I've heard that this is basically the best plugin if you are doing all digital downloads. So you probably just want to check this one out if it's going to work for you. Here are the payment options that they have to integrate with. You can see that they have over 60,000 active installs. It was updated just 5 days ago at the time I'm recording this, and it has a 5-star rating. So it really is a good option if you are just selling digital downloads. Here is the Easy Digital Downloads website, which is just easydigitaldownloads.com. And you can learn more about the product and all of the options that are available by going to the Easy Digital Downloads website. So I do recommend that you go check this out. If you are selling physical products, like an actual product that you are going to package up into a box or an envelope, if you are going to ship a physical product to your customer, then obviously Easy Digital Downloads is not going to be the right option. In that case, if you have any physical products or you have a combination of physical products and digital products, I would recommend that you go with WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is actually developed by the same company as Jetpack, which we talked about yesterday. And it is the most popular e-commerce plugin for WordPress. There are a lot of options. Seriously, there are so many payment gateways and so many shipping options, and then so many extra extensions. They're called extensions that you can add on to this plugin in order to make it work even harder or do extra special functions in addition to just a simple checkout. I don't want the word extensions to confuse you from plugins because basically every extension is just another little plugin that you would add onto your site. But let me turn it over to the WooCommerce plugin so I can explain it more. Okay, so here we are on the WooCommerce plugin page on WordPress.org. You can learn all about WooCommerce and its capabilities. And this is kind of their slogan, sell anything, anywhere. So it's definitely good for both physical and digital products. And you can add on different product variations. You can do all sorts of things. It's a very, very robust e-commerce platform. It's pretty simple out of the box. They try and keep it pretty simple. There are tons and tons and tons of extensions, which are extra plugins that you can add on if there are certain features that you want. So if you want people to use a specific shipping carrier, like if you want to hook it up to ShipStation or something, or you want to have them sign up for your email list on checkout, all these different types of options might be available in different extensions. So here you can see the details about WooCommerce. It was updated a month ago. It has over 3 million active installations right now, and it's got a rating of 4.5 stars. If you want to go to the developer's website and learn even more about WooCommerce, you can go to woocommerce.com. And you can really learn a lot more about WooCommerce and all of the different features and capabilities that it has. And I believe they even have examples of websites that were built with WooCommerce, so you can see what it would look like in action. Here's what I was talking about with the extensions. If you go over to Extension Store, and you can see all of these different categories. So if you want a subscription where they're going to have recurring payments, there's a bunch of options for that. Different shipping methods and statistics that you could pull, different options or things in relation to the products. If you want to have an integration to a point of sale, which is basically your like cash register, out payment gateways, different marketing functions and capabilities. They have an entire section of free extensions, any kind of thing that you would need. So let's just check out free extensions. So you can see over here on the left, you can sort by price or you can sort by category. Right now we're under free. And you can see the different free integrations. You can integrate with Stripe or Amazon Pay, ShipStation, PayPal, different if you wanted to do bookings, like you don't even just have to use WooCommerce for products. If you were going to be booking time slots for something or events and ticketing with WooCommerce, there's lots of different options available. So it's really worth just going through and seeing all of the different extensions to add-on capability. When it comes to shipping, you do have quite a good selection. If you want to just integrate directly with the post office or UPS or FedEx, those are options. And that way you can get live carrier rates for the packages. And what that means is when you put in your products into WooCommerce, you are going to specify the product weight and dimensions. And then you're also going to pick out boxes. So you're going to input into WooCommerce which boxes that you have on hand. And then WooCommerce is actually going to run an algorithm that's going to figure out which box would be the most appropriate for all of the items that are in that person's shopping cart. So it's going to know based on the different dimensions of all the products and the weight of the products, basically digitally in its algorithm, put these items into a box and calculate the shipping expenses. That way you're going to get real-time shipping expenses. So when the person is checking out, they know exactly how much it's going to cost to have it shipped to them, and it's going to charge them that amount. And then when you go to the post office or to FedEx, it should be accurate. So when you go to ship it, they should have paid the exact payment to cover the shipping. So you're not going to end up with huge discrepancies between what the customer paid for shipping versus what you are owing to the post office. So I do have experience with WooCommerce, and so far I've really, really liked it. I haven't had too many problems with it. The developers are always updating it and keeping it up to date with new security patches and new features and lots of new options. It's always evolving, and there's always new things to look forward to, new features to add on to it. So, and you don't really even have to go crazy. Like I said, yes, there are all of these extensions, but you don't need to get all of them because right out of the box, it comes with integration where you don't have to pay anything for it to collect payment with PayPal. And people can pay with just their credit cards, a PayPal account. In addition, it does have free flat rate shipping included with the plugin. And by flat rate, I don't mean like it's just $5 for every order ever. You could do a dollar amount per item, or you could do a percentage of the entire cost of the cart. There are quite a few different options. You can just type in like a mathematical equation on what you want the shipping to be, and it will just always calculate mostly based on the number of items or the cart total. So even with just the free WooCommerce and using no paid plugins, you can have a fully functioning shopping cart built into your site. And One more thing I do want to touch on, because it is becoming more and more prevalent that people understand that you want to have the HTTPS secure, the little green lock when you're checking out. Like, people are more savvy to that. And I do just want to explain what that means for you as a seller and as a website owner. The way to get that HTTPS with the little secure and the green lock is to have an SSL certificate. So that is basically saying that anytime information is put into your site and sent through the internet, any kind of communication is encrypted. Now, depending on which website host you go with, the HTTPS SSL certificate might be included. So I use SiteGround as my host, and that is included. But one thing I do want you to know is that with WooCommerce, if you're checking out with PayPal, you're actually sending your customers off to PayPal. So they'll be checking out on your site. Payment part, you're actually sending them to the PayPal website to check out. They put in their information, their credit card number, and they're never putting their credit card into your website, PayPal's website, which is really locked down and secure. Then that payment gateway gets submitted, and basically the PayPal website either says, yes, the payment went through, or no, it didn't, and then it will send them back to your site, show the payment confirmation and be done with the transaction. So technically, you could have a checkout without HTTPS if you are sending them off-site. However, really nowadays, it's so easy to get this SSL certificate. There's no reason why you shouldn't have it, and there's a lot of reasons why you should. So just make sure that you are choosing a web host that makes it easy for you to get your SSL certificate. If not, you can always get it from Namecheap.com or from Let's Encrypt, and make sure that your site is encrypted for whenever somebody's putting in information, because if somebody's filling out a contact form and they're putting in their name and their phone number and their email address, that information is not going to get leaked out. So basically, that's why you would want an SSL certificate for your site. And it is something that you really should have if you are having a store on your website, because like I said, if people see something that, is kind of sketchy, like if they're checking out on a site and it doesn't have that green lock, they might think that you're not trustworthy as a seller. So I definitely recommend that you get an SSL certificate for your website if you're going to have a shop. That wraps up today's video. Thanks for hanging in there, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about WooCommerce or easy digital downloads, or what it takes to start a shop on your website. And I will see you tomorrow